Knowledge is power. This is why we are focused in promoting the Child Development Program. We hope to share information that we believe are important as parents continue to care for and nurture their children's natural gifts and talents. Early childhood is the most critical and rapid period of development in a human life. We give emphasis on these two things, rapid and critical. Do you remember when your kids were still babies and you were carrying them in your arms? Feels like it was just yesterday, right? Early childhood is a critical stage of development as it forms the foundation for their future well-being and learning. It is the key to a full and productive life for a child and the nation. As in-home learning experts, it is our commitment to partner with parents, caregivers, and families to ensure that children are provided with opportunities to build a very strong foundation on language, IQ, knowledge, and creativity, which are the key building blocks of development. Early childhood is a period in development where environment actually has an important impact on determining how the brain and the central nervous system grows and develops. The years from conception through birth to 8 years of age are critical to the complete and healthy cognitive, emotional, and physical growth of children. It is now clear that children need multiple cognitive and non-cognitive skills to succeed in school. In a nutshell, they should be given appropriate verbal interaction, cognitive stimulation, socio-emotional stimulation, healthcare, and adequate nutrition to ensure that they achieve a balanced development. Given all of the things that they need, what can parents do to support them? Probably the greatest intervention and the one with the most impact to our children would be the education that we give them. Who among parents, as early as now, are already saving up for their child's college fund? Or at least thinking of it? It only shows our desire as parents to give our children the best and prepare them well for their future. While saving up for their college education is good, we want to emphasize the need for us to provide them first with a good, solid preschool foundation. You may ask why, and the answer to that is, if children have a weak preschool foundation, they will have more difficulty adapting, adjusting, and learning as they enter primary school, high school, and college. The mental load will only keep getting heavier for them. So even when you already have more than enough money to pay for their university tuition, the question will now be, how ready is your child for it? How equipped is he to join these prestigious schools? If we invest our time, energy, and effort now while they are still young, we will be able to maximize their abilities to absorb as much new knowledge and skills as they can. They will be better in adapting to the increasing and more complex subject matters as they grow up and will have an easier time to adjust. Who knows, you might not even need to spend a lot of money for college if your child will eventually be able to get a scholarship to his university of choice. All because of the support you have been giving him since he was young. In a calendar year, students only spend 14% of their time in school. Let me repeat that. Students only spend 14% of their time in school. There might be parents who assume that once their children start attending school, that the responsibility to educate and ensure that children are learning falls on the lap of the teachers in school. But what this data tells us is that our children still spend most of their time at home. So the question now is, where does your child use majority of his time? As parents, what activities do we support or join them on? The sensitive periods of early development represent a time of enormous growth if children are given sufficient positive support from the environment. Research in neurobiology now makes it clear that the consequences of early parenting, for better or worse, can also be biologically embedded. There are several ways to mentally and emotionally prepare your child for success. I'm sure you are already doing a lot of these things. By reading to your child, you're able to develop your child's vocabulary, the new words they may be able to use in communicating and expressing themselves better. You also inculcate good listening habits. But as we say, the best way to teach good listening habits is by being a good role model. Let us give them our focus and undivided attention when they talk to us. Let us provide accurate answers to their questions, so we encourage their curiosity. Let us also encourage their creativity and sense of initiative. In what way is your child demonstrating his creativity? Make sure that you always have materials handy for them to use.